Okay, I wanted to give you guys a little recap of just what lives in front of the ankle and a little bit of what I'm going to ask you tomorrow on what things, aside from just pulling the ankle up, are painful. So let me go ahead and add on some muscles here. And you don't have to remember any of this by any means, but I am going to be very curious if lifting the big toe is also painful or if just ankle motion is painful, because the big toe, as you can see, that muscle comes up the front of the ankle, the tendon crosses right here, and then the muscle comes up to the lower leg. So I'll be very curious on if raising the toes, particularly the big toe, is painful or not. It also does help move the ankle, that muscle does, but it's not the main ankle mover. Okay. Other thing is if the other toes, if you can lift the other toes and keep your big toes still, that also crosses front of the ankle joint and then comes all the way up the leg. Okay, and it is going to be what pulls the toes up. So I want you to test on whether it's painful to move the toes up, painful to move the big toe up, or if there's a difference there. Okay. Let's add on another layer. I will want to know if it's painful to draw your foot in versus just up. So this muscle right here is what really, the primary motion is to pull the ankle up, the one that's painful right now, okay? But I'm very curious if it is painful to move your foot in, or if it is just the lifting. So just a couple things to trial. And then the other muscle that I want to ask you about is this one. Well, nope, not that guy. Let me take off a layer. Okay. This muscle is your posterior tibialis. I'm curious if you have any discomfort on the inner shin. And back to that same question of if it's painful to bring your foot in. Okay? So those are things I want to know muscle-wise. The other thing I wanted to show you that lives in the front of the ankle are nerves. Okay, so I know you just recently had big toe pain. Could be involved, maybe not, it just depends. But you do have a large nerve that comes right smack dab directly across the front of your ankle and goes right on down to the web space in between your big toe and your second toe. Okay, what it does, that nerve is called your deep fibular nerve. You don't have to remember any of this, but it actually does sensation to here. So if you have any numbness or burning or anything like that, I would be very curious of. When you have damage to this nerve, you'll hear about people having foot drop. That absolutely can be involved with foot drop. That's when you have no ability to lift. If you have the ability to lift and it's just painful, that is slightly different. You also have this other nerve that lives right here. It'll let me click on it. Okay, so this one does sensation to the foot and for out here. So there's just a couple options of things that I'm very curious, and obviously if I could see you in person I would screen it a little differently, but we'll jump on a call tomorrow. But what I want you to really notice here is where this nerve runs on the front of the ankle. It goes directly behind this muscle. Well, it's a tendon right here, but it goes directly behind it. So if this is irritated and when you're lifting, if it's pinching on that nerve, that can cause extreme discomfort in that area. So trial all those different motions and let me know. There's a couple different nerve glides we can try. There's just different movements, but in general, try to keep the toes moving. Try to work on moving the knee. Try to move the ankle any way you possibly can. without doing the painful motion.